On the phone, across to Shedrack Madlion, who is a farmer, and talking about agriculture, how they need to develop a competitive advantage in Nigeria to possibly dominate the West African economy, of which we've got 70% off. And morning, Shedrack, and thank you for joining us. Well, speaking about agriculture and listening to the Economic Summit Group, are you interested in, does anything that has been mentioned about agriculture in terms of the statistics there interest you? And what could that be?
Well, Chamberlain, it was shocking to me that agriculture was discussed at that high level, and then nobody's talking about proper pricing, post-harvest loss at this critical point in time. Nobody is discussing selective crops that were able to put food on Nigerian table. The president talked about value chain and growing crops all year round, but there is nobody that talks that we cannot have all year-round cropping programs when there are no dams. The 47 dams we have in this country, less than 50% of them are functional. You talk about one community, one product. For the past a decade in this country, we've been trying to promote cassava. What it takes you to look after a cassava, the same thing it takes you to look after a pregnant woman. It is not a bankable crops. If we need to take agriculture from a developmental program, from a developmental program to agro-business, I think it is critical that we make it attractive, we make it bankable, and we will develop the business process flow that should accompany it. And year in, year out, all the activities take place in Abuja, and we discuss agriculture as a headline. And then if it has been producing the highest GDP contribution to the economy of this country, I think sometimes they should take the agri unit of the summit to be discussed in a farm somewhere in Damaturu or somewhere in Taraba or somewhere in Kaduna in the place, and then get the farmers, the players into it here. Everybody there is on suit discussing it in Abuja, but it doesn't trickle down to the man that toils to put the food on the tables of Nigeria. Third is that I'm also worried that 2013, there is no any adequate food plan to put food on Nigerian table. The tariff for rice has been increased by 40 or 45%, or if not 100%. But where are the paddy that Nigerians are going to consume when we spend $1 billion every single day on rice importation? That's what we consume in this country here. So I saw the entire whole thing of trying to ice a cake that has not been baked. That is my impression about the summit yesterday.
All right, okay, Shedrack, if you say it's a cake, trying to ice a cake that has not been baked, how can we bake this cake? What should the government be talking about apart from the dams? You say they should resuscitate and revive in some of these communities to make this perennial farming season in Nigeria take off.
Suleiman, every single community, every single village in Nigeria here has got potential for one export product or the other. The governors on their own should take it upon themselves to use the local governments to produce competitive products that should have export potentials. As I speak with you today, it is so disheartening that Nigeria depend on Burkina Faso, Togo, to augment our beans requirement in Nigeria. Kakashi has gone out of extinct because where Kakashi is produced is where we've had insurgents for the past 2 years. Yobe and Bruno. The yams, tubers that we speak today, there are no value chain to keep yam for 2 years or 1 year after it's been harvested here. Our farmers in this country today still have to put tomatoes inside a raffia measurement here. How do you transport it from Gombe to Anambra where tomatoes are not being grown? I do think that the decisions for agricultural development, and if we need to take it to the second level, is we need to find a way to get it attractive, just like my friend from the Pan University have said, we need to get it attractive to the youth. I don't think in the whole of this country there are hundreds of Shedrack that are interested in this. Even as I'm into the business of agriculture, yes, a lot of people think I don't know what I'm doing because it's a very tedious activity. It's not attractive. Today, government policies is never consistent with strategic planning in business.
All right.
If you are thinking that government to focus on sorghum or maize, which has numerous value chain. Next year, you see government talking on cassava. The railway systems existing railway system we have, would have taken agriculture to a new level in terms of moving things from point A to point B. So I do think that the whole onions remains on the states to be able to contribute, just like what Sardauna has done before. Every state was contributing.